this is way too low, guys. You really need to.
We can hear you.
I know, but it's just,
turn it
it makes me do like this, like I'm hunchback.
Just step down one step.
Well, anyway, I just want to say that I'm against this completely. I want to remind the board that the reason you extended the permit in the year 2003 is because you did not have sufficient funds to decommission the plant at that time. That was your first 20-year period in which you should have been saving money for the nuclear power plant. So deferring this just lets me know that in the future, you're just not going to have the money. $800 million. Most nuclear power plants today are being decommissioned around $1 billion plus for actually ones that are actually being decommissioned. So by 33, inflation and what have you, I would speculate, strictly speculation, a $2 billion cost. Plus, these numbers believe that the federal government is going to take care of the waste. I believe that's not going to be the case. They haven't in 40 years, even though they promised. I don't see any change in Congress and how they view things. So that calculation is not put in there. Long-term storage on site. You guys keep talking about green pastures. Well, green pastures with big concrete blocks in the middle of it. So anyway, I just want to point these facts out and hope you take it into consideration. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
LaVerne Chats again. Of course, I'm against the rate increase. What surprises me is that the board continually says that the management is excellent and smart and wonderful. And then the management gets up and says, what surprised everybody was your current situation. Well, I ran for this board in 92, renewables and efficiency, 2012, 2010 or 8. And all of my discussion with you over the last 20 years has been pointing to this moment. And constantly, this board and this management has said, I was wrong. That we're not going to adopt renewables. We're not going to adopt, that's too expensive, too expensive. Mr. Green, yourself, I've seen you call people down. Well, how are we going to do it? It's too expensive.
Well, I don't remember.
Well, I've seen you do it, at past board meetings, I've been coming to these for a long time. And so why it surprises professionals in the field that renewable energy prices are cheap, it blows me away. I am a novice hobbyist at this. I don't work in the industry whatsoever. Never surprised me. Knew about it in 92, which is the reason why I ran for this board seat. So you guys have got to get off this. It surprised us because I don't believe one bit. And if it did surprise your management, well, I'd get some new management. I'm against this rate increase. Thank you. LaVerne Chats. I want to thank Cora and Lillian for your patience, and I'm sorry for the length of this meeting. We are hitting king pongs the minute I'm done here. So, OPPD wants to make changes to the rate to accurately reflect the cost to deliver energy. Right now, the poor are disproportionately affected by pollution, and by passing this rate hike, you're forcing the poor to pay OPPD more for more illness. The rate decrease for large users will benefit the investment class by providing cheaper energy, thus increasing profits. The elephant in the room that no one is mentioning is that the board has spent $1.3 billion on Fort Calhoun since the year 2000. Generating power from Fort Calhoun generates a lot of excess expensive power that you want large users to mop up and small users to finance. The majority of your energy loss is in power generation, and you lose the rest in delivery. Fixed costs are not fixed and can be changed and reduced through efficiency. What the public would like for their money they are forced to spend is the safety and security of efficiency. If OPPD customers reduce their usage by 1 unit of energy, it would reduce the need to generate 10 units of power. This would justify the decommissioning of the nuclear power plant and the conversion of all your fossil fuel-based production to clean renewable energy resources. Is solar really an expensive option? Solar PV cells are skyrocketing because of major price declines, and as of this morning, a 5-year extension of the federal solar tax credits. Power purchase agreements, leases, and solar-optimized loans for residential customers are also driving costs down. In the commercial market, solar developers sell multi-site portfolios to retailers, standardize their contracts to streamline financing, and offering energy storage to maximize solar benefits. In the utility scale market, developers have sought procurement mechanisms outside utility regulatory or legislative requirements to continue to drive prices down. As Deutsche Bank Securities stated in their market research report earlier this year, I quote, "In the U.S., we believe solar is currently competitive in more than 14 states without any additional state subsidies. By 2016, using our cost estimates, nearly 47 states would be at grid parity. Rooftop solar electricity costs are between 8 cents and 13 cents a kilowatt hour." End quote. A renewable, smart, efficient future is the way to go. I'm not sure that this rate restriction will get us there. Thank you very much, and I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. Thank you. LaVerne Chats, 49th in Chicago. It's a 20-year contract, $400 million. They guarantee 2 employees, which is the vice president and the chief operating officer with Exelon Corporation. They do have this like but it is just a contract. They are just contractors working at the power plant. And of course, the reason they were brought in originally is because we had failed at being able to run it properly on our own. And so they were dependent upon their expertise because they own a lot of nuclear power plants. So that's the kind of the relationship. But we're only guaranteed 2 employees over the 20-year contract, and it is $400 million.
I think it's 5 employees.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining.
Any more information? I've read all of it.
Incorrection, it's 5 employees were guaranteed.
Read close. All right.
Before you begin, I want to thank you for the endorsement.
Oh, yeah. That's good. As the rocker David Bowie said in his song Changes, changes, turn and face the strange. This utility has been doing that this year. A new CEO, a new vice president of IT. You're dedicated to 35% wind energy. A new rate structure, unpinning yourself from a centralized, ever-increasing dirty energy business model. Deploying your first smart grid equipment. Closing all your coal plants and retrofitting the rest to the natural gas. But our work isn't done. All these changes are putting you onto the path of a decentralized, clean, and efficient utility. My agenda will be to continue to push for changes such as closing the Fort Calhoun, converting to hydrogen gas instead of natural gas for your backup generators, and the deployment of solar energy systems. It's time to turn and face the strange and make those changes. And one little suggestion, $400 million to Exelon. They also do decommissioning, renegotiate that contract. I believe you have $300 million in both your decommissioning funds. That's $700 million of the $800 to $900 million you said it would cost to decommission today. I'd like to have that happen. 10 years to decommission, you can raise another $200, $300 million in that 10 years. Thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you. There are no other comments. That adjourns. Our meeting is adjourned.
Great year.
Congratulations. You got it. Are you